Did you know that the right brushes can make your art more vibrant, more interesting, and better to look at? In this video, I will tell you 3 brushes that, in my opinion, every artist needs to make their art better, more interesting. Now, I've been drawing for some time, I've made some progress, and I'm just sharing all the stuff that I know with you, so you can make more progress faster and better. You've probably heard it before, that you don't need fancy brushes to make an amazing piece of art, and even some artists swear by using just one brush, okay? And honestly, they're not wrong, but here's the thing. While you can create an amazing piece of art by just using one brush, there are brushes that will, improve your art by just adding depth, cool textures, and small details that will, help with storytelling. With that, making your art stand out. Whenever it's roughness of the surface or softness of the skin, these tiny scratches, these tiny details, these textures can, these brushes can put your art into completely new, more interesting places. Now, let me show you the brushes that I use to make it happen, okay? And let's start with the first one. So first brushes are, for sketching, and, there's a couple of them. Basically, what I like in brushes for, for sketching is, the obviously pen pressure, okay? So, the opacity, and also the angle. I prefer like this one. If I make it bigger, you see that it's tilted, okay? And what it does is it basically gives me a variety of strokes. So it makes my, lines more interesting. If I just go straight like that, it will make, it's thinner, and that is thicker. So I like having a control over my pen, okay? And with that, I also have the opacity. So you see that if I press harder, it's obviously darker. But the one setting that I love here is the hardness, okay? So basically I can make it almost like an airbrush, okay? And like a hard round brush. I mean, it's not really round, but it's ellipse. I use this one for, on like just sketching, okay? Just sketching whatever, okay? And if I just put it to hard, the full hardness, I use that to use for line art, okay? And what I do is basically I then go change the opacity, make a new layer, and just, try to make a line art, okay? So I just like having control over my pens, over my brushes, okay? Yep. Now, if you want these brushes, they're for free on my Patreon, so you can get them. And yeah, let's now go to the next one, which will be the painting brushes. So this type of brushes is for, painting, rendering stuff. So what we can do, that's just sketch of a drawing I'm doing right now. And yeah, here I like to use, the basic round brush. So I use this one, okay, with some settings obviously changed, and this one. It's basically, the sketching one, but kind of different. So with also other settings. So here in painting, I don't really like the size pen pressure, okay? What I like is just having, the constant size of it. And also the same with as the sketching ones, okay? What I do is, here's the main one. I also have a, the hardness control. And it can turn into the, airbrush if I want. And to be honest with, I use it a lot with the lasso tool. So, okay, let's go back here. Let's, maybe like this is the skin color. And also I like, you see that there's layers of this pen, okay? What I like is whenever I blend it, it's much softer, I just realized. So that's why I use it. Also, there's a slightly, the variety of color, hue and stuff. I also like it. And yeah, let's now show you how I use it with, the pen pressure, the lasso tool. Basically, I go here. We get like a, color for our shadow, okay? And now we can, have this combo of soft and hard edges, okay? You can go even here, now change it again to that, have this. And obviously, if you go right here, make it like that, boom, boom. It's like, let's say this is, here, the navel or whatever it's called in English. Yeah, so that's what I like to using that. Obviously you can do that, without it, but I like using, the lasso tool with it. It gives me a lot of control on my edges. So yeah, but although I love using it, it's very pleasant, okay? And it's it served me well for now. I would like to actually add some textures with it. I love the painterly style of, you know, like the Hearthstone guys or whatever. The World of Warcraft, you know, it's like more stylized. There's a lot of texture, grittiness, noise. That's why I love adding noise to my painting at the end. But yeah, for now I'm not switching, but I'm looking for it. But yeah, those, you know, those brushes are cool, are amazing for painting, for whatever. Okay, now let's talk about the next category of brushes, and basically these are for textures, okay, and adding more details. So I have plenty of them. So one of my custom made brushes is inspired by Sakimi-chan. So I had it in the Photoshop one, okay, and let's actually, I don't know, let's change it a little bit. So let's take that. Okay, so let's say we have whatever it is. Okay, what I do is, the first one is inspired by Sakimi-chan, as I said before, brush, and it's basically to render skin. And you know, you can see it in my artworks. I really like it. So for example, you know, and I had this brush in the Photoshop, and in Photoshop it was pretty easy to make. What it was basically, I copied an airbrush and I set the blending modes into diffuse, and it made the same, you know, the same effect. So here you can see I'm putting it here on a different layer, and I'm erasing it, okay, and it gives, like, you know, a cool pores, skin pores effect. I don't know, I love it. And obviously you can make it bigger. It depends, because if you zoom out you cannot really see that if it's smaller, but yeah, I like it like that. So the other brushes are, wait, let's delete that, are inspired by studying some those arts, okay, and I just love those brushes, so I made myself, you know, those stripes that he has, and also the halftones. I love the halftones. Basically, you know, like on a different layer, I use that, and we can erase it. Obviously, I need to actually upgrade it, this brush, to, you know, be able to change the size of the texture. I mean, I think I can make it in the settings, but whatever. But yeah, I love it. I love the halftones. I also use that, and there are also the stripes. So we can make a new one, and yeah, it's pretty good to, you know, like the hair. I use it for hair mostly. To that, I also have a couple of brushes that, you know, like basically I also saw in the Clip Studio Paint somewhere this brush, I mean, not especially this brush, but brush that looks like that, and I've made it myself also. I have some, I don't know, like that, okay, and also some brushes for, you know, like getting this rough look to, I don't know, like make metal. I like adding it into metal, like imperfections and stuff. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, like those brushes. These are actually good for like adding like hair strands and stuff. Yeah, I really love them. Obviously, like I've made some like triangles ones. Yeah, why not? I mean, yeah, like brushes will really help your process, because like, okay, let's say you have just a simple round brush. I mean, how will you do that? You can really, I don't know, maybe you can zoom and, you know, copy it, but even then, like, it's not really, you can really do that. Yeah, I mean, like brushes, even like the small ones are, you know, can improve your art and make your art more interesting with some textures and stuff. So now, do you need fancy brushes? You know, you need a special brushes, like 1 billion of them? No, you don't. And I mean, they're nice. They can make your art, you know, the drawing, your experience much faster, much enjoyable and stuff. Your art look more, you know, interesting with some details and textures, but you don't need that. But sometimes they can actually make a huge difference in your drawing, but also there's a lot of times that it can actually destroy your art. So, you know, less is more. Remember that. So now, choosing like right brushes for you it all depends on the art style that you're going for. So maybe you like, you know, the clean art style, you know, with cool clean design, or you prefer like, you know, semi-realistic or even realistic renderings and drawings. So in that, you know, you just gotta choose what you want to pursue, and the choice is yours. And yeah, if you want to grab these brushes, they're on my Patreon, you can go and check it out. And actually, if you want, you know, a video about how to actually make like some of these brushes, I can you know, comment that and I'll make that, because I think that's interesting. Now, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. So, you know, you can go leave a like, comment, subscribe, and go check out my socials in the below. So yeah, thank you for joining this video, and I'll see you in the next. Bye.